Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel in the 30 days of Halloween. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this Special Effects Vampire Bite. So of course you're going to need your favorite types of blood. I have my blood paste and my liquid blood. And to create the wound, I'm going to be using my Mehron Scar Wax. You're also going to need some eyeshadows or blushes or anything of that tone. I'm looking for some like reds and pinks, anything that would simulate a really irritated skin type of color. So those are the shades I'm using. You do not need to use a ridiculously expensive palette like I was. This one just happened to have all the shades I was looking for. So what I'm doing here is just putting some lotion on my hands. If you've ever worked with synthetic special effects wax or any type of just wax like this, it is the stickiest stuff in the whole world, and it is so hard to get off of your hands if you get it smeared real thin. So use some type of lotion or coconut oil before you start to handle the wax, and it will make your life so much easier. Also, don't expect to get the wax out with your fingers. You need some type of tool, whether it's tweezers like I was just using or some type of actual wax tool to get it out. This is about the size I'm looking for. Of course, you can gauge this to whatever type of bite you're doing, wherever you're putting this. If you're doing it on your neck, you might want it a little smaller, but also just for demonstration purposes, I wanted to make mine a little bigger so you could see exactly what I was doing. So I just rolled that into a ball, and then I just stuck that down where I wanted to start the bite, and I'm just really going to be taking my time smearing those edges out. You want that to melt in with your skin seamlessly, and you want it to be almost undetectable. So really take your time smearing that out and getting it as flat as you possibly can with your skin. If your fingers start to feel sticky or like you're pulling and dragging the wax out of its original place, just add a little more lotion to your hands. It's not going to mess up anything you're doing. It's just going to help you blend that out easier. So don't be afraid to even put lotion straight onto this wax. We're going to set it with some powder anyway, so that's not going to interfere with any of the color we're about to put on. For the second bite, I'm just going to be repeating this same process. Pro tip, if you are trying to get the wax out, you probably should not put lotion on your hands right before you're trying to dig that out with the tool. That's what I did, and my hands just kept slipping everywhere. It was really, really hard. So before you put lotion on your hands, it might be good to get your size of a wax ball out first. So when you stick that down, just make sure there's a good amount of space in between the two, and then again, just take your time smearing that wax out and blending it into your skin. Don't worry if the wax itself is a little bit lumpy. When we put color on top of that and the blood and everything and open it up where the wound is going to be, you're really not going to notice all of that. So don't stress if it's not perfectly smooth on the actual centerpiece. You just really want to make sure that the sides are smooth. So then just take a translucent powder. This one is an It Cosmetics powder. To be honest with you, I really don't care to use this on my face. It just is very messy, and as you can see, it just gets everywhere. But I do really like to use this to set the wax and stuff. So just with a big fluffy brush, I'm giving that a good coat of translucent powder so that nothing gets too sticky when we're placing down the other colors. So now we are going to bring these bites to life. I am using this kind of orangey tan color just to lay down a base color, just like if you were doing a eyeshadow look or something. You want to kind of set a transition color so everything else blends smoothly into it. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just giving it a little bit more of a kind of warmer flesh tone color than the rest of my skin, and then I'm going to be blending this red color into it, and this is just going to really give it that irritated look. Another thing that's worth mentioning that I didn't do so well in this video is keeping eyeshadow away from those edges. It really clings to the edge of the wax, and it is very hard to fix this once you've done it. I don't know what was going on here. I think I was just using too big of a brush. So I did make that mistake, unfortunately. My lighting and the shadows in here were definitely accentuating that. It didn't look so terrible in person, so if you do this, it's okay, but just kind of something worth noting. So to actually open these up, I am going to be taking those tweezers and kind of closing them together and then spinning them in a circle and slowly letting them open. That's just going to drag the wound apart and give you that actual bite mark look, like something just punctured into your skin. So I'm just opening that up, and do not make it perfect because it's going to look a lot better if it's a little bit messy and not like real precise, because obviously if you were just bitten by something, it wouldn't be perfect. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's blood time. My favorite time of my special effects tutorials because it brings the whole look together. So I'm just taking a lip brush into my blood paste and I'm focusing that right in the middle of the wound. That is just going to give it that kind of fresh scab and pooling blood effect. And then I'm taking that just slightly over the edges. And then for an iconic vampire bite, I have my dripping blood. So I just dotted that around and then kind of tipped my arm down, and the blood did all of the work for me. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is a super easy thing that you could do. You do not have to be good at makeup or any type of professional to do this. I feel like this is one of the easiest looks you could do. So again, like I said, those edges are looking a little bit rough right here, and if you just keep the eyeshadow away from them, it really won't have that effect. But if you mess it up, you can just always put some blood over it and no one will know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow.